the directions.
Oh yeah, good to go. Good luck. Right, good luck.
He has some points to spare, which is not something we usually see here.
Yeah, I mean, some players get in the high 90s, and it's like, okay, I understand you didn't want to incorporate, a Singleton Book of Eclipse, but Jacob's actually in the 80s, which I think, he's really going for a bargain here in terms of exactly what type of deck he's brought to the table. But we are going to start, as you were just mentioning, with Miracle Ejector, and that's going to send the iconic Neospatian Dark Panther.
Now that was costed.
Shuffle.
That's going to add Ian Shuffle.
We're going to activate Ian Shuffle.
Yeah.
Ian Shuffle is then activated here.
Going to shuffle that ejector back into the deck.
We are going to summon.
What will he grab here? For everyone at home, Ian Shuffle says shuffle an element to hero or Neospatian monster you control into the deck, and if you do summon a hero or a Neospatian with a different name for your deck, and it's going to summon Spirit of Neos.
It is going to add.
His favorite card is Element to Hero Neos, after all. You might actually be able to see that Jacob has been able to allocate points for multiple copies of Moltrami Fualos. He has one in his hand and in his deck, just an illustration of some of the point allocations that he's decided. Now he's going to search out the single copy of Favorite Contact.
This is something you do typically see in every hero strategy, still incorporated here.
And Grave and Orban. Wow,
Good card.
Yeah.
Jacob summarized it as a good card.
It is. Hard to disagree.
Okay.
Anthony giving it just a quick read over just to make sure he understands.
Ian engage Neospace.
Yeah.
And now another card here, Engage Neospace.
So you're right, we've really seen the Neospatian side of this deck. He's going to send down a Grand Mole, another iconic Neospatian.
You're good.
We are going to summon. Oh, he's a good card, man. Good card. We're going to summon.
Grand Mole is a good card.
And add a Polymerization from deck to hand.
All right, getting the materials necessary to perform a fusion summon here.
Showing off the new alternate art of the Neospatian Aqua Dolphin.
And now that with the Neos on the field, you have the stats, so you get to look at Anthony's hand and go ahead and pick a monster. And if it has less than 2,500 attack, he gets to discard it.
We're going to get rid of the Prime Monarch.
And he does find some use for the Fualos.
Yep, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Tessera.
500.
Okay.
Neospatial Aqua Dolphin will destroy the Tessera in the hand, and then Tessera will trigger because it was sent to the graveyard.
Yes.
Summon an 800, 1,000 from the deck.
Yes.
Yep, Squire is going to be summoned here.
Aqua Dolphin, in addition to Grand Mole, are probably the two Neospatians that have seen the most play in the more recent history of the game. It is interesting to see the actual Neospatian Aqua Dolphin used in a hero Neospatian strategy, though. Sometimes you would see it, honestly, in an Exodia strategy.
Yeah.
You would sometimes see it in strategies that really wanted to try and look at the hand specifically. Here it's actually slotted in naturally to its strategy. Even Dark Panther was actually used for a period of time in Gladiator Beast mirror matches because you were able to use Rescue Cat before an errata and copy the effect of your opponent's Gladiator Beast. So really all three of the Neospatians we've seen thus far have had moments in time. I think Aqua Dolphin's probably the most recent though relative to those three.
All right, now we see something a little bit different here off the effective idea. It doesn't necessarily have to summon Squire, it just has to meet those stats, 800 and 1,000 defense. It's going to summon Steel String Sacrifice.
Yeah, see, a lot of Monarch players playing that Singleton copy of Sacrifice.
I like GB. Rocking the GB.
Good card.
And now we see the Spirit kind of swap out for the original Element of Hero Neos. We know he has that copy of Polymerization that he searched. We know he has that copy of Favorite Contact.
Now we're going to be fusing away the Dolphin and the Neos.
The final card that he has in hand is a copy of Miracle Fusion. So I'm curious to see where that ultimately goes. Here's an iconic one.
It just needs a hero and a water. Absolute Zero finally hits the field here. You can see this has happened before. Absolute Zero against a Monarch.
Okay, yep, and Miracle Fusion, right?
Yeah, all roads lead back to this.
Yep, just to remind everybody, you are watching Genesys. You might see Miracle Fusion and Element to Hero Absolute Zero, and it might make you think of some time travel formats, but we can use these iconic cards as well in Genesys. For those of you who have not seen this interaction, because the Element to Hero Absolute Zero was banished for the effect of Miracle Fusion, it will actually activate Absolute Zero, which will wipe both of the monsters on Anthony's side of the field. So the Squire and his Sacrifice will be destroyed.
Alright, we're going to set one. And we're going to pass it.
In and please, I'm just going to read this.
Yes, that's fine.
Can't tell as well which elemental hero that we're looking at there from that angle. I think this is it the internal rage?
Yeah,
Infernal rage rather?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's Flaming Man Infernal Rage.
Okay. Yep. I'm good to go.
Has the ability to tag out into any other hero.
There's something about seeing a card in upside down. Oh, wait, defense position, but
And draw phase.
from this angle.
For an active favorite contact.
Yep. Usually this is how you get access to favorite contact, but you already had access to it.
A Grand Mole.
Favorite contact is activated now to summon any hero.
Where is that Aqua Dolphin? There he is. The Aqua Dolphin?
Yeah.
So this is going to summon elemental hero Cosmo Neos.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't.
Yep, all the materials are going back here.
And we're going to summon Elemental Hero Cosmo Neos.
And if you haven't read this one, it might remind you of a few cards in recent history. Calamity is one of them. Cosmo Neos is going to make it so that Anthony can't activate any cards this turn.
Any cards at all, huh?
Yep,
Yep,
or ones on the
cards.
field.
Also, cards your opponent controls cannot activate their.
But it does look like our players are ready for game 2, so Anthony will have an opportunity now to go first. And with what we just saw there in the first game, have an opportunity to play without the risk of being locked out by Cosmo Neos. So he will be activating effects in this game.
Yep, we're going to start with Pantheism here. All right, Monarch Revolt is going to the graveyard here.
Any quick effect or triggers on bricks?
No, sorry.
Thank you.
No drone Lockbird there.
This would have been a very fast match.
Yep.
I will go ahead and use Pantheism with the Monarch Defensive Grave. Bench it, reveal 3 spell traps. You'll add 1, you'll get your
Yes.
Now, Hero has been namely a powerful deck going second. It has a lot of abilities to put out a lot of damage, a lot of ways to summon a lot of monsters. But, you know, there are restrictions that you have to make. All the points that Jacob has allocated are not for the hero monsters themselves.
Okay.
It's unlucky.
So we'll see if the ones that are available for 0 points have the output necessary to handle a Monarch board, which will also pick away at your hand.
Yeah, so one of the things that he's able to do is actually play 3 copies of Mulcharmi Fualos and 3 copies of Mulcharmi Perulia. Your instinct would be that Mulcharmi Fualos wouldn't line up well against a deck literally without an extra deck, but the Monarch deck does a fair amount of summoning from the deck itself.
Yes. I was going to say, like, Fualos isn't actually useless here. There are plenty of opportunities to get at least 1 draw.
Minimum, yeah. I mean, I think you could actually kind of pressure Anthony into maybe even giving him a second draw. And when you're under the effect of one of those Mulcharmis, if your intention is to hand rip as much as you are in this Monarch strategy, obviously that diminishes the value of that.
We see this time and time again. Revolt is going to reveal 1 copy of Erebus and 2 copy of Eidos here. The rest will go to the grave. Oh, actually 2 copies of Tessera this time.
Actually, the case that both of the Mulcharmis would line up fairly well if you were to have one. I don't think he does, though.
Yeah, Perulia for sure is insane.
Yeah. But that's 48 points if you allocate the 7 apiece for Fualos and then the 9 apiece for Perulia.
I'm going to go ahead and banish Revolt.
If you're playing heroes, though, that have truly 0 across the board, at least the ones that Jacob decided to play, you do have the ability to play 3 copies of each and have plenty of space left over.
To summon a monster with 800, 1,000 for the deck and defense. Okay.
All right, Idea is going to be able to resolve here.
He's going to get out one of those Squires, or potentially, as we saw in the previous game, Sacrifice.
Okay. Anything here?
No, sorry.
All right, materials are ready for a Tribute Summon here. We have an additional one available thanks to the effect of Eidos.
I will go ahead and do my summon off of Eidos. Okay. I will tribute 2 for a copy of Ether, the Heavenly Monarch.
Yeah, this would have been a lot of draws for Fualos.
Yeah, it would have been.
Chain Link 1 Edia, target the Pantheism to add back, and then Chain Link 2 Ether, send 2 Monarchs to the trap, hand or deck or grave, summon a guy. Okay.
Yep, everything is resolving here.
So we're far past a check of Fualos, but it's one of those that I think you would have looked at in your side deck or your main deck, which is the case here for Jacob, and gone, oh, I have to take that out. ... Oh, wait a minute. And I'm curious if he came to the conclusion to keep it in his main deck.
We'll find out when he goes through his deck on the following turn. Maybe.
Yeah, or maybe we can catch an eye when he's going through the process of side decking.
We'll go ahead and use,
And now we see the
Eidos' effect
Pantheism added
on
back to the hand.
Add a 28,000 on Monarch to the trap. Alright.
The Idea added back to Pantheism. Now the Eidos Underworld Monarch summoned off the effect of Ether can trigger its effect to go ahead and add another card. Gonna grab a copy of Erebus.
Erebus.
So we've yet to do anything to Jacob's hand but I think that's what we're going to see pretty soon from here.
My regular normal for turn.
Okay.
Or Erebus. We're going to chain 1 Erebus, chain 2 Eidos.
Okay.
We'll either add or summon back. This is going to rip a card out, shuffle a card from the hand back.
All right.
So
Was it at random?
At random. Yeah, I'll roll a die.
Okay.
We'll do 1 through 5, 6.
Yeah, so just verifying how does that hand interaction work. It is a random selection.
Doesn't necessarily have to go after hand. Can hit a random card, or not a random card. Can hit a card on the field as well, but usually doesn't happen turn 1. Going first.
Correct.
Yeah, anytime a card has that flexibility where it can go after your opponent's hand first, therefore getting value, but also work as a board breaker. You know, I'm thinking about a card like going iconic. I wore up Trishula Pin yesterday, so I'm just going to bring up Trishula. But you know, there were times throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! History where you'd summon Trishula going first, rip your opponent's hand, but also obviously going second. You might still get that hand bonus, but it also then can start to pick up things on the field.
And then the graveyard is not anything to discount either.
Absolutely.
We're going to use the effective Erebus in the graveyard, discarding Pantheism to add it back to the hand.
Tenacity of the Monarchs.
Following it up with the Tenacity added by Pantheism earlier. Going to reveal the Erebus to add any Monarch spell or trap. And there's the Domain.
Yeah, so that singleton copy of Domain costs 50 points, so it's a pretty reasonable allocation of points. By allocating 50 points to Domain, as we've commented on throughout the weekend, that means cards like the Mega Monarch support can't slot its way into the deck. But the actual Monarch cards themselves, if you actually go through each of the Monarch cards, are at 0 points. So you can have 50 points for Domain, and then allocate space for cards like Charmy, Evenly Mat, some of those board breakers.
So just looking directly at Jacob's deck, with the points to spare, by the way, I don't see an immediate out to the field spell itself. There are outs to the monsters, though.
Yes. I see that problem too. One of the hopes that I guess he could have would be...
Anything on summon? No. I will
this is a tough one.
Effect to normal summon. Okay.
All right, Tessera's using its effect to normal summon now. There's going to be a second copy, or another copy of Erebus at this point.
Could he get Stratos' Spell and Trap Card Destruction effect to resolve? Probably not, but it is a potential.
That is possible.
I'm trying to look here at what could potentially be the case.
That's not out of the question, honestly.
Illusion Gate, and then there would be no tribute summon monsters on the field. That's potentially an out.
Yeah, Book of Eclipse just to put them face down.
Put them face down, right? Yeah.
But again, the Ether can come down at any point just to have a monster again.
Yep, so those are concerns. I think Illusion Gate might then therefore be the best option.
That'll be the one that at least get rid of everything. And it's hard with only the Prime Monarch to have enough monsters on the field to have the tribute summon from Ether, but with something along the lines of Stormforth, it is easy to pick it back up. But we currently don't have access to Stormforth at the moment.
Would the Domain reduce the tribute summon level anyway, though?
You can only do that on your turn.
Only on your turn, okay, yeah.
All right, pass. Draw for turn. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
No sets here. I don't even know if there's an Ether in hand.
What am I looking at here?
So you can't summon from the extra deck until you either control a tribute summon monster or I don't have a tribute, and all 3 of these were tributes.
Okay.
So these 3 need cleared. But that's it.
All right. And you don't have any other effects?
The only interruption on the field is the Domain. A single Mystical Space Typhoon does out this board.
Sure.
So here's Book of Eclipse.
That is perfectly fine.
That'll do it.
So he just said they are still considered tribute summoned?
Can they be tribute summoned monsters if they're...
Sure.
Well, you can tribute set. I mean, I'll let the judges determine that.
We are going to add...
That's an interesting one.
Sure.
Well, there is a Stratos. Will there be a Kai's?
I mean, that is on my bingo sheet.
I mean, there's the master plan in the graveyard.
Sure.
It's on my bingo sheet. I don't know if he's going to go after it, though. I can't imagine that he would. This, though, will actually allow him to activate the Stratos effect to have the destruction of the Domain.
Yeah, no, I was serious. You definitely could.
Yeah.
Use the effect.
Sort of forgot about... I was thinking about how you really going to get 2 monsters. A Hero Lives is definitely one of the ways.
I mean, just having Miracle Ejector in general, right?
Yep, that's also a way, for sure.
Oh, it's right. Ian Shuffle.
Ian Shuffle going to be added to the hand here off of the effect of Miracle Ejector.
Normal summon Stratos, effect pop spells and traps.
Yep, there it is.
Yes, okay. I thought this was a dream, but I was wrong.
The immediate plan. The often forgotten effect of Stratos.
Yep.
And Domain is gone.
We have a game on our hands.
All right, Jacob has just said we have a game on our hands, and he's absolutely right.
I'm going to be activating that Ian Shuffle now, putting back the Miracle Ejector.
was going to make a joke about get your game on.
We are going to
An iconic card of the Element of Hero strategy.
Spirit of Neos.
Yes. Spirit Neos hits the field.
Add polymerization.
Polymerization is now in the hand as well. Don't have access to Absolute Zero just yet to go ahead and make easy work of this field.
Spirit effect.
Yep.
We're going to use the effect of Spirit Neos. Go ahead and swap out. It's right there under the Spirit Neos, sir.
He's going to have the same reaction.
Here it is. Summon out Neos.
Because he looked for his EN Shuffle, and it was just the top card.
Polymerization.
Sure.
All right,
And we
here's
have
polymerization.
Into Thunder Giant. Effect to blow up the board.
Oh, I forgot about him. The new Thunder
Ooh,
Giant.
Yes.
Thunder Giant effect.
This almost feels like the second time this weekend where we see Monarch's multiple hand rip, but actually still lose.
And would you look at that? Stratos is not once per turn. We can go ahead and add a hero monster from our deck to our hand now.
Duskcrow.
Sure.
Another new card here.
Well, we're going to use Duskcrow. Banishing the Thunder Giant to summon.
Yep.
Duskcrow effect.
Yep.
This one is a masked hero.
But that's the cool part about Stratos. Just adds any hero. Doesn't matter what kind of hero.
Yeah.
He is going to add a poly or a mash change.
Okay, so now we see the second copy of Polymerization.
Discarding the droplet.
Add a droplet as well. Not as useful, but okay, we're going to be fusing with the Furnace and the Duskcrow.
Sunrise. Effect.
Sunriser's going to be able to set a Miracle
Adds a
Fusion.
Miracle Fusion.
Yep, this one's been around for a little bit.
A
This
mainstay
is-
in hero
It has
strategies.
been a mainstay, absolutely. This is the one that I'm thinking about a couple years ago where it always felt like if they had Nibiru, they would eventually Nibiru you for your whole field. But if they did not have
We're going
Nibiru,
to activate Miracle Fusion.
being able to search out a singleton copy of Miracle Fusion is obviously very powerful.
And Furnace.
Yep, and there is the Miracle Fusion being activated here, banishing those new mass heroes.
Or Contrast Hero Chaos.
Ooh, Contrast Hero Chaos.
What
What
is
an-
It's
uh,
been so long.
A middle of the years
Summon for
I
hero
know.
card.
Targeted on-field Omni.
Is that from the same structure deck as Darklaw?
Oh, we're going way back with that one. It might be.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
We will attempt to move the battle.
Mm-hmm.
2, 4, 6.
It was released in what, 2015? Yeah.
Had to be.
36? You said it's 36?
Yes, he's 36. He's
All right.
boosted by summons.
Yeah.
All hero monsters gain 600 attack here, so Contrast or Chaos
36 would put
will
me at
go in
4.
for 3,600.
31
On attack then.
on attack deck.
I will activate the Prime Monarch affecting Grave, banishing Master Plan to summon itself as a monster in defense position with 1,000 attack, 2,400 defense.
All right.
Prime Monarch will allow him to
I
stay
will
alive, and
trigger
Master Plan will trigger.
effect. We will target the dart.
Yep, and there is the
It'll
Kaius that
go
you were
ahead
talking
and
about.
add a,
I'm a
dart
little
monster,
disappointed
2,400,
that the opportunity to banish that Stratos is here, but
Contribute
obviously
some of one of the original
it's not going to
six.
happen.
The situation is very close to what you described. It's
I
just,
know. It is so close. They'll at least be on the field at the same time.
It certainly will be. Because it immediately conducts a tribute summon, right?
Should, yeah, so he's going to tribute the Prime Monarch.
I will not summon.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind.
To spite you.
31. That's
Top or bottom?
that's the bottom.
Okay.
24.
Yep, some more damage here, but all of Jacob's cards are face up now. Nothing to interrupt Anthony's
Main
turn.
phase 2.
Sure.
Let's see.
We're going to tip the effect of Ian Shuffle.
Oh, using the effect of Ian Shuffle in the graveyard here.
Yep. Going to shuffle back the elements of Hero Neos.
Yep.
To draw 1.
It's going to be the draw effect, yeah.
All right,
And none in hand?
one card in the hope.
Okay.
Well, not yet.
Take it.
Here we go. Let's see this miracle draw here.
Yep.
Couldn't catch, what was that? Oh, ejector.
Wow, miracle it is.
Yep.
Attempt to summon eject. She was summoned off.
Yeah,
to
oh
the-
yeah, I know the hero
hero
list.
list,
Yeah, 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 you're good.
All right, this is going to go ahead and put a Neospation in the graveyard.
So it's hard once, right?
The
Yeah,
effect,
okay.
The effect is in fact once
Okay.
per turn phase.
Grand Mole hits the graveyard now.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, the sort of circular effect was not
Oh, special.
activated earlier. It was special
Yeah,
summoned
so
through
using
Hero
the
Lives
effect-
earlier.
Using its built-in effect.
Yeah,
as-
it's special summon
yeah,
effect.
sending a Neospation to summon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it have anything else on field that I need to be aware of?
No, nothing on field.
Okay.
All right, just creating another wall
For
here.
a different attribute.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it is interesting
I'm gonna go.
To pass, yes.
what the value of that
Okay,
was,
Let me just
but
take a quick look at my
I might be
deck.
missing something.
Erebus is just going to have to pick this apart.
Running a
Sunriser
little thin, huh?
has an effect in the
okay.
battle phase, so
No,
it has to be
no,
removed.
This is my deck. I can play off this.
Oh. Fair?
Draw for turn.
Yep.
Anything in draw.
No, sir.
Standby.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to use Prime's effect.
All right, Prime is going to be used again. Banishing another copy of Master Plan.
Master Plan again. Yep. Summon itself. Trigger Master Plan. Target the dark.
Yep.
All right, we're going to go ahead and add another Dark here. Does he play multiple Kaius? No.
No, he only plays one Caius. So he's going to search his deck for
Eidos?
Eidos.
And this is nothing except for the battle thing, right?
It's boosting everything.
Yeah,
by,
but yeah. The 200 free.
Yeah, the only actual interruption
But then
is
it
if you enter
has,
battle
one-
phase.
the battle was declared involving another one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could
I will
attack
tribute.
the actual Sunrise and not have to worry about that.
Yep, it looks like we are going to conduct the tribute summon. There's Caius. Going to target the Stratos.
I hope.
This doesn't do anything if it's banished.
It does not.
Yep.
I
Neither
will
does
attempt to
Stratos.
Target the Sunrise to banish.
That's the only effect currently.
Correct.
We will use Contrast to negate.
Okay, so we have the contrast
not
Omni
destroy.
negate.
Ooh, okay.
It just negates the effects.
I get to keep a guy.
Yeah, he's not that great. He's
Okay.
good.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's good. That's still good. That's
Yeah, he's good. He also doesn't stop Nibiru, so he's only
I
just
will go
good.
ahead and activate Pantheism.
All right.
Reveal 3 spell traps.
That is the only interruption that Jacob has removed, except for the Sunrise in the battle phase. But that should be light work for the Monarch strategy. Going to reveal 2 copies of Tenacity as well as 1 copy of Stormforth here. We have used the Tenacity
Does he do
previously.
anything if he's sent to grave or banish?
He does not. May I read Stormforth?
Absolute. It gives me a substitution permission to use a monster. It does
an
not
upgraded
bypass
variation of
unaffected
Soul
bodies,
Exchange.
but it does bypass activated effects because it's a lingering effect.
So I'll give you.
Okay.
All right, Tenacity it is. That can go ahead and add Stormforth if he so chooses. No need to shuffle the deck at this point. You're definitely going to go back in, unless we're activating a copy of Pantheism next.
I can't tell what that other spell. I actually think that other spell might be spell card Soul Exchange.
Oh, might as well have multiple copies.
That's right.
And there it is.
Yeah, we were gonna get there anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
That was
It
gonna
does
be easy.
get rid of a Tenacity, though, so you do want to potentially do it that way. Unless you count the fact that there's no other targets for Tenacity, but I just can't imagine that being the case.
Yep, the only way to actually
Okay.
recycle
Anything
those spells
here?
from the graveyard is with the effect of Prime Monarch on the field
I will
as a spell,
go
or as a trap,
ahead
rather.
As a trap, yeah. Which basically never happens.
It happens when you're like playing for it, not anymore.
Yeah.
I will then.
So now we have a lingering effect of the Monarch Stormforth. Essentially a quick play
tribute summon
variation
by
of
tributing over the
Soul Exchange, where now we're
And it
going to be
does allow you to get
tributing.
an extra tribute summon, correct?
This tributes off the card effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has not
my
used its
regular
or normal
for
summon.
turn is going to be now.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah.
And there is
I will,
Eidos.
Chain 1, Eidos on field. Chain 2, Eidos in grave.
Okay.
We'll summon back. And we'll go ahead and add. Thinking on what to add here.
Just has to find ways to do the damage.
Grave,
No.
Jacob is at 4,000 life points because of a Hero Lives.
and it's okay.
The Monarch Stormforth especially more beneficial, as opposed to actual original Soul Exchange. Original Soul
go
Exchange
ahead
would
and
cost you your battle phase. The downside of the Monarch Stormforth is that you
Anything
can't
on
access your
that
extra deck.
doesn't-
Obviously, it's not a problem if you don't have an extra deck.
We'll
Alright.
go ahead.
Eidos adding the
reveal
domain
from
back
Tessera,
from
summon
the
some
graveyard here, revealing it for the effect of Tessera. And I'll be able to special summon her from the hand.
type. Activate domain. Okay.
All right.
Spell card Soul Exchange.
All right.
I will go ahead and tribute the contrast.
As you saw earlier, spell
Contrast,
cards.
Contrast here.
Contrast.
Spell card Soul Exchange allows you to conduct another tribute summon using your
I will
opponent's
go into
monsters.
battle.
All right. You got it.
Okay.
And that's it.
Game 2.
Yep.
They are
Even if
going
it wasn't,
Game
I
three.
win. So I guess we will see if Jacob is able to establish Cosmo Neos as we saw in that very first game.
I had to read Cosmo Neos again. It has an additional effect during the end phase. It shuffles itself back into the extract and then destroys all cards your opponent controls. So really does just empty the field there,
Yeah, emergency zone.
opening up the way.
But if you storm forth and tribute it, then I guess you can establish the Caius on your field. Sorry, the tribute summon.
It's Caius, yeah. It's probably not Caius, but it feels like Caius in your heart.
Yeah.
We are going to
But he's starting here with Elemental Hero Stratos, and now we've got Miracle Ejector that will now send down to the Graveyard Grand
Yeah.
Mole. We are slowly but surely accumulating those Neospatians in the graveyard.
We are going to go ahead.
Does look like he unfortunately opened with a copy of Elemental Hero Neos and a copy of Neospatian Dark Panther.
Contact.
Hmm.
Well, those are two cards you do want to access from your deck here. Not something you want to see in your hand, but surely there's a means to get rid of them.
Going to shuffle.
We're going to use the Shuffle here. Going to put back the Miracle Ejector. Going to, I imagine, grab out, as we have many times up to this point, the Spirit of Neos.
You can use monsters from your hand in order to activate favorite contact. It can be hand, field, graveyard, or you're banished. Obviously, hand ripping yourself too is not ideal.
But if it gets the job done,
But if it gets the job done, for what it's worth though,
that's two pieces you don't have to find anymore.
but Cosmo Neos then goes shuffled back in, even
Yeah.
if we're not talking about that Stormforth play.
Panther.
That's a lot. You might not actually win at that point if you have to put all of those resources in. We'll see. But if you have to hand rip yourself twice in order to summon it to basically blank your opponent's first turn, you going to really need to deal 8,000 damage, because then at that point when it passes back, your opponent's going to have 7 cards at their disposal.
And we're adding Polymerization.
All right, there's the Aqua Dolphin on the field again with the Neos on the field with enough stats. Oh, there's a Shadow Mist.
No, it adds a hero.
Shadow Mist in the graveyard. We'll be able to add a hero monster.
Okay.
Yeah, on special.
Presumably, though, he is probably going to be able to use Polymerization to get those 2 monsters out of his hand, so that will probably be the way to actually get value out of them. And I imagine then establish a field that, upon a Cosmo Neos activation, is enough to deal 8,000 damage when he has a battle phase.
Effective Aqua Dolphin.
Sure.
We are going to go ahead and discard the...
Have some options there. It's going to be the Neos. That's a lot of Nibirus.
Oh, wow.
Well, you can go ahead and hit the Tessera.
I love it.
Yeah, none of that is good for you. You can't hit the Nibiru. It's too big. You can hit that, which triggers its effect.
Yep.
500 damage.
I will trigger the effect.
But he has Grand Mole,
Tessera.
he has Neos, he has Aqua Dolphin, and he has Favorite Contact. He has all of the pieces, right?
Yeah, it's just going to be a Nibiru on the field, because I don't know how much the board will really matter.
Yep.
But he gets shuffled back in during the end phase, right? So Cosmo Neos would clear the
Doesn't matter
Nibiru.
whose turns, gotta do it. Gotta love mandatory effects.
Well, it would shuffle back in and destroy the Nibiru.
All cards your opponent controls. Well, yeah, just the Nibiru, yeah.
Yeah.
So he would still have the token, assumingly.
Yeah, Jacob would have a token. He would still be able to use the Favorite Contact, summon Cosmo Neos, blank the turn, and then it would pass back.
We're going to
Yeah.
Polymerization.
Realistically, this version of Hero doesn't actually care about what monsters it has on the field at the time.
Let me check to make sure I've actually summoned... I've only summoned 4 times.
1, 2.
Miracle Ejector was the 4th.
Oh, was it only 4?
It was only 4.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're
Just
good.
counted.
So he's going to go into Absolute Zero, I presume, which would
Also, deal with it.
I don't even think you really need to deal with it, though.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Realistically, I don't know if any of the monsters on his field will matter at all.
No, none of it really matters
How many
because of
cards?
Favorite Contact.
3.
Like, yes, the Absolute Zero will clear the Nibiru, but it just doesn't matter.
Yes. Well, you know Duskray as well.
Oh, yeah. What is Duskrow's conditions to summon?
Banish a hero from the graveyard.
Banish a hero from the grave. No, you're good.
All right.
I mean, he knows all the responses that he has available. There's nothing he can do here besides the Nibiru.
2.
Yeah, we have the Favorite Contact set up. Doesn't need to do anything else.
Leading Maiden.
I think you summon the Nibiru, but it just doesn't do
So
anything.
it's got 16 attack, 2k defense from my side.
They're all going
And
to...
then your token, then I need a token.
Yeah, and then the nibble.
Your nib with hero will be popped, yes, because I will be activating the effect of Absolute Zero.
Correct. What are the stats? 18, 3, So it's got.
So Anthony will receive a P minor for the attempt to activate a Nibiru when there was only 4 monster summoned, so that is an important thing.
Yep, just to make
Duelists at
sure-
home to check. Always make sure it counts up to 5. We don't want any Kangas math up to 4 here.
Yeah, yep, never just make sure you don't do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Easy mistake.
I'll use your notes for reference for
Okay.
the token
Okay.
later.
Okay.
All right. We're back. So, and still in main phase?
Yeah.
We'll use Duscro.
Yep.
Banishing the Ab-Zero to summon.
Yep.
Duscro effect.
Yep. At the
So now because Nibiru has to activate in the main phase, we see that Jacob is now able to continue playing without fear of Nibiru's effect activating.
Yep, and it is once per turn, so the second copy will not do anything here.
Change.
Yeah.
We get to have Mass Change in hand as well from the Effective Furnace, resolving its effect, discarding itself.
We will go ahead and set this as well.
Sure.
We can pass.
Yep, and now we get to pass turn here. The Cosmo Neos can potentially just turn to something else with the Mass Change.
Favorite contact?
Sure.
And this will be it. We'll see favorite contact, shuffling back all of the 3 Neospatians and Elemental Hero Neos. We saw this in Game 1, and we'll see it again here in Game 3. Cosmo Neos will hit the field.
Cosmos games.
Yep. Yep. You got it.
And that
Yeah.
will be
Good
it.
games. Oh, sorry about that.